When Sophia walked through the door that night, it was well past midnight. Her perfume mixed with the faint scent of alcohol, clinging to her clothes like evidence she didn't care to hide. She didn't even look at me properly, just dropped her bag on the couch, kicked off her heels, and with a smug smile said, "Be grateful I even showed up." For a second, I just stared at her, the words echoing in my head like gunfire. Grateful? For what? For being treated like a stranger in my own marriage? For pretending not to notice the lipstick stains on her blouse that weren't hers? I swallowed the anger boiling in my chest. I remembered the promises we once made, the nights we used to fall asleep holding hands, whispering plans about a future together. But lately, those memories felt like someone else's life. Now all I had was silence, suspicion, and a wife who seemed more invested in her late nights at work than in the man she married. Sophia strutted into the kitchen, grabbing a glass of water like nothing was wrong. She didn't even ask how my day was, didn't notice the dinner I'd cooked hours ago sitting cold on the table. She glanced at it, laughed under her breath and muttered, "You really should stop waiting up for me." I clenched my fists under the table, fighting the urge to explode. Every late arrival, every dismissive glance, every excuse had stacked up like bricks, building a wall between us. And now she was bold enough to mock me for caring. Her phone buzzed on the counter. I saw the name flash across the screen, Michael. She snatched it quickly, too quickly, her smirk fading into nervousness for just a second before she walked away. That was the moment my patience broke. I stood up, my voice steady but cold as ice. "Why should I be grateful, Sophia? You don't live here anymore." She froze mid-step, turning slowly, her eyes narrowing like she hadn't heard me right. But I meant every word. This wasn't just a fight. This was the end of pretending. Sophia's jaw tightened, but she forced a laugh, the kind people give when they're caught off guard and scrambling to regain control. "What's that supposed to mean, David?" she asked, tilting her head as if I were the one being unreasonable. I met her gaze without blinking. "It means this isn't your home anymore. You treat it like a hotel. Come and go as you please, no respect, no love. And I'm done." For the first time in months, I saw panic flicker in her eyes. She placed the glass down a little too hard, water sloshing over the rim. "Don't be dramatic. You're overreacting. I'm tired, that's all." But I wasn't buying it. Not after weeks of excuses, of her coldness in bed, of the way she suddenly became too busy whenever I asked to spend time together. Not after seeing her phone light up every night with messages she'd hide before I could even glance at the screen. I stepped closer, lowering my voice. "Tired people don't come home smelling like someone else's cologne." Her face paled. She tried to scoff, but the sound cracked halfway through. "You're paranoid, David. You always twist things." I shook my head. "No, Sophia. I've twisted myself into knots for years trying to please you, trying to believe the lies, trying to hold on to something that's already dead. But tonight you gave me clarity. You said I should be grateful you even showed up. That told me everything I needed to know." She crossed her arms, but her hands trembled. "So what? You think you can just throw me out? After everything we've built?" I let out a bitter laugh. "Everything we built? Sophia, you tore it down brick by brick. I just finally realized I've been living in the ruins." For the first time, she didn't have a comeback ready. The silence stretched between us, thick with unspoken truths. Her phone buzzed again, that same name, Michael. She glanced at it, then at me, and I saw the war playing out on her face. That was the final nail. I pointed toward the door. "Go to him. You already left me long ago. Tonight you just made it official." Her lips parted, but no sound came out. And for once, I felt the weight lifting off my chest. Sophia's eyes darted to the door, then back to me, as if she couldn't decide whether to fight or flee. For years, she had held the power. Her moods dictated our home. Her silence punished me. Her crumbs of affection kept me begging for more. But now the balance had shifted. "You don't mean that," she whispered, her voice suddenly softer, almost pleading. "David, we can fix this." I shook my head slowly. "No, Sophia. You can't fix something you never valued. I begged you for honesty, for intimacy, for respect. You gave me lies, excuses, and a smirk when you walked in past midnight. That's not marriage. That's cruelty. Tears welled in her eyes, but I didn't trust them anymore. I had seen those tears before. Every time she needed me to forgive, to forget, to keep playing the fool. But tonight, they didn't move me. I picked up my phone, unlocked it, and showed her the message thread I had already discovered. Her secret late-night rendezvous. Her promises to Michael about leaving soon. Her gasp filled the room like a gunshot. You went through my phone? She demanded, her face flushing red. I smirked, shaking my head. No, Sophia. He sent me screenshots. Turns out your lover respects me more than you ever did. The color drained from her face. She stumbled back a step, her composure shattering. For once, she didn't have the upper hand. I took a deep breath, feeling years of bitterness untangle inside me. You said I should be grateful you came home tonight. You're right. I am grateful. Grateful because your arrogance finally woke me up. You don't live here anymore, Sophia. You never did. This house, this life, it's mine now. And I'm taking it back. She stood frozen, silent, the weight of her betrayal pressing down on her like chains. I walked past her, opened the door, and held it wide. Go. I said simply. And she did. Without another word, without another excuse. When the door shut behind her, the silence was different. It wasn't heavy anymore. It was freedom. For the first time in years, I could breathe. And though the scars would remain, I knew one truth with certainty. I hadn't lost a wife that night. I had finally reclaimed myself.